This is a public announcement to warn you against the dangers of texting and driving. Let's take a look at some statistics. Did you know that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving? In a study conducted in 2012, they found that pedestrians who text are 4 times less likely to look before crossing the street, checking signs, and looking out for cars. I don't know about you, but that is incredibly dangerous. Simple solution, just put it away, don't do it. The AAA conducted a survey in 2015. The results were that 94% of teens said texting while driving was dangerous. However, 35% still admitted to doing it. What? Here's a scary number. 11 teens die daily from texting and driving. And surprisingly, texting while driving is more likely to cause an accident than drunk driving. Yeah, you may argue, but it's safe now. We've got Bluetooth, we have headsets, and we even have Siri. Well, I'm here to tell you you're wrong. Your brain takes in information from your surroundings in 3 different ways. Now imagine you're walking down the street and you see an innocent old lady being attacked by a thief who's trying to get to her purse. The first way you take in information is known as perception. You see the old lady. You see the purse. And you see the thief getting away. Next, cognition will kick in. This is the evaluation of information and emotional response is taken. You recognize that the old woman is danger, and you become angry at that thief and scared for this poor innocent old lady. Finally, there's the action step. This is when you physically become involved in what's going on. You could swoop in and save the day, scare him, call 911, and or go to the lady and see if she's okay. You can't take the action without cognition to take place first, or the perception to take place after cognition or action. It doesn't make any logical sense. If you did not see the old lady at all, you would have had no idea what was going on. You would have not formed an emotional connection, and it would not have resulted in a physical response. Well, why does this matter for texting while driving? Like the old lady in the alleyway, this relates to visual attention. Visual starts in the primary visual cortex in the back of your head. Visual processing and comprehension takes place as it goes forward through your brain until it ends at the temporal lobe, which is just above your ear. This is how you see what's going on. Your brain can't possibly take in or focus on everything, so it depends on where the message is. That is to say, if you have 2 neurons feeding information to the next neuron, the neuron further down in the visual pathway will be more likely to control the neuron's response at the moment, and it gets passed on. It is this response and what is being controlled that creates what you're visually seeing and your attention. Now that we know that information is conveyed through the temporal lobe, what controls the synchronous activity in the brain's visual system that causes attention and focus? Through the use of functional magnetic resonance imaging, also known as fMRI, researcher Robert Desimone from the McGovern Institute for Brain Research at MIT found that the frontal cortex and the parietal regions of the brain synchronize their activity with the visual processing areas of the cortex. The higher the synchrony, the higher the focus. If you're staring at your phone, that takes a lot of information and knowledge and comprehension to be able to look at a text, understand what the text is saying, form an emotional response, and then consider how you would possibly reply. And that is what gets you into trouble and stops you from noticing things going on around you, potentially causing a crash and potentially causing death. The same thing happens with calling and driving. If someone is talking to you, chances are you're going to try and form a response and find a way of reacting. But of course, this is also incredibly dangerous because it distracts you from what you're doing. It's simple. Put the phone away.